Napa know-how.
This month, get a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil plus a Napa Platinum oil filter for $21.98. That's a pretty unbelievable deal. But trust us, it's totally real, but only for a limited time. So get Napa full synthetic and a Napa Platinum oil filter for $21.98 today. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 4/30/19.
Hello, Wildcats. It's your boy Kev, a.k.a. The Dirty Dog, just coming in with another disclaimer for you before we start, letting you know that this is a comedy and crime podcast. So even though we do cover many serious events and true cases, we do like to throw in some inappropriate jokes and dark humor every now and then, and an extra bonus disclaimer on this episode because, as you will find out from listening, there's some pretty interesting things going on. It's about a person who goes out doing what they love. Also, that guy has sex with horses, so, you know, things get a little shisty. But anyway, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for listening. Be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff. # Wildman.
All right, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Come on down. Come on down. Hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the Brotherscommon.place tonight.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brotherscommon.place, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. And today we got a pretty good topic. It's pretty wild and out there, but before we jump into it, I want y'all to meet these good boys.
What's going on, guys? This is Tim, or Benedict Come On Blocks, as they call me when they discovered my Lego fetish.
The cheaper one was Mega Blocks.
Is that a Benedict Arnold joke or?
Benedict Cumberbatch, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Benedict Cucumber Patch.
He's Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Spence, also known as Cheaper by the Baker's Dozen, as they call me down at social services.
Oh,
yeah. Fuck yeah.
I like that.
Hey everyone, I'm taking in any Red Dead 2 Redemption games you guys are going to have, but I cut them up into little slivers and eat them because I love my spaghetti westerns.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Nice.
Like that shit.
It's toof.
And it's your boy Kev, a.k.a. The Dirty Dog. And if I would have known that this was the topic for today, I'd have stayed home.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Cracking that joke twice.
That's a throwback to Tim's double joke from last week. So if you don't know what that is, you should check that episode out.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Alrighty, guys, it's time to hang out with your brothers, Bob Evans style, down on the farm. But unlike the main guy in this case, we aren't going to get fucked in the ass by any stallions.
And we don't have any affiliation with Bob Evans at all.
All.
Nope.
Yes, that is correctamundo. Today, we are covering the story and case of Kenneth Pinyon, a.k.a. Mr. Hands.
I was going to crack a Bob Evans joke, but it doesn't make sense. Now's the time to say it. Evans. Mr. Hands, do some harm.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because, you know, the farm and harm.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So I was looking at the spreadsheet for our topics. I have no idea who the fuck put Mr. Hands on there.
It had been too.
And I don't fully know why we're covering it, but we are.
Was it none of you?
It wasn't me.
Don't think it was me.
Wow. Good. Can you show me it?
It had been too.
Do we still use the spreadsheet?
I haven't used it in a long time. I typed it in there, but I don't remember who suggested it.
Oh, then it wasn't me.
Like a viewer, maybe?
I doubt it. So this is just a quick extra disclaimer to let you know that this episode is going to be a little out there. It's definitely going to be really weird, and we're going to be covering some fucked up stuff that's out of the normal, aka bestiality and getting fucked by horses and things like that.
Out of the normal for most people, not for us.
Yeah, not for us. This is just Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely not out of the ordinary for Andrew.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. That's what he's doing right now.
So let's take down a trip to the F drive on my computer.
So for the research for this episode, I did just borrow Toof's F drive. No, I did watch the wonderful Mr. Hands video, and I also watched the 2007 documentary titled Zoo, which was all about the group and like the type of people that Mr. Hands belonged to. And that was, I don't know, not really a fun watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen any of it. It would probably be a little much.
Well, maybe you shouldn't watch it with your grandparents like you told me you did.
Well, they just wanted to watch some of their own work. So, no, as far as the documentary goes, it starts off covering the community in which Kenneth belonged to. The beginning is really all just like a bunch of people talking about how much they love horses. And it's weird and creepy and kind of uncomfortable. And one guy even goes on and he says this. And like he says it like so nonchalantly, like it's not a big deal. But he just says, I want to grab a horse's nuts to see how they feel. They're warm.
I was going to build on the previous joke and say that Kevin is actually like 1/32nd Shetland sheep. But that's more Shetland sheep he is than Elizabeth Warren is Native American.
Oh my God, yes.
Shit.
I'll say when Kevin watched the Mr. Hands video with his grandpa, they had a fight over the pillow.
They were using two screens. They had that fucking scene from My Girl in the other one.
Every time we always watch My Girl as like a podcast, we always have pillow fights. It's because we're fighting over the pillow.
Got to cover that wood.
That's right.
So there's a lot of questions being answered in this episode, such as, is it animal cruelty if the animal is the one penetrating the man's asshole? So we're going to figure that out. And is it, in a strange way, kind of romantic? We're going to hopefully figure the answer to that question also.
The answer to the second question is yes. We already know that.
And if the animal could somehow give consent before fucking a man in the asshole, does that change everything?
Well, yeah. Haven't you seen Marley and Me?
I mean, spoiler alert, I did hear he died at the end, so at least now I know and I don't have to watch the movie.
It was AIDS.
Oh, fuck. So are there any other questions you guys are hoping to answer by doing this episode?
I mean, Tooth already has all the answers on his computer.
Yeah.
On the F drive.
And in the tissues in the trash can, too.
So, alrighty, here we go. Just a little bit about Kenneth, a.k.a. Mr. Hands.
A.k.a. Noise Water.
He was born in 1960, and he would be 45 years old during the time of the case and event that we are covering. He lived in Seattle for a while, but he had recently moved to Oak Harbor. Now, his occupation, besides horsefucker, was actually an engineer at Boeing. So that's pretty impressive, dude. Like, so both of them. Like, not just the fact he can take a huge horse dick in the ass, but the fact that he's a Boeing engineer.
So he has two things in common with Bill Nye.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
I don't want to, like, throw shade, but I don't really like Bill Nye anymore.
No.
No
He
one
went
does.
downhill.
I liked him in the 90s.
So while we're on the topic of horsecock, Tim, have you seen the video of Bobby Lashley recently? With Leo, the guy he's with?
Rush. Well,
They're doing like some Vine or whatever WWE publishes, and it's Bobby Lashley walking in sweatpants, and that's it. Whoa, he's got a hog on him,
holy
dude.
shit. No.
Wild hogs, baby.
It's probably bigger than Spencer's bottle. It's insane. It's insane.
I haven't seen it, but I'm going to tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick, though, Tim, you missed a golden opportunity, dude. When he asked if you saw that Bobby Lashley video,
The
you should have went,
bastard.
no.
No. No.
So it's pretty hard to find a lot of information on this guy. Like, that was almost everything that I could find. Like, well, you'll learn a little bit more about him later. And it's also no surprise that once the news of this story broke out, his family tried everything to be like, to the newspapers and media, being like, hey, could you maybe not release his name?
Yeah.
And maybe not the fact that, you know, he has a wife and kid, and just maybe nothing about him at all. Could we just leave all that shit out of the
Yeah.
newspaper, please?
They just have to Chris Benoit him.
I hope like
He never existed.
like right to the guy's face, the reporter is like, what if that kid's part horse? We don't know if that's her son. You never know anything with a horse fucker.
And I will say, this dude is, if you Google this guy's name, and the first picture that will show up on Google is like this white-haired redneck looking dude. That's not him. I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
Wow.
But that picture was taken in 2009, and as we will learn, our guy will not be around 2009.
I'm still pretending it's that guy, though.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck that guy
So
is.
yeah, that image has been, what I've been going with, what I've been masturbating to.
The only thing coming to my mind with this story is item 2, anal fissures.
Inward penis.
She's probably not gonna listen to this episode. I've watched a lot of horse fucking videos, and I can say that, and spoil. Can I say the spoiler about what happens to this guy? Or are we saving it until?
Not yet. Not yet.
We got to keep them hooked until we talk about the Patreon.
Then I'll talk about that.
So the event in this case that we will mostly be covering is also known as the Enumclaw Horse Sex Case. Enumclaw is the name of the town. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it at all. In this event, it would happen in 2005 in Enumclaw, Washington.
Doesn't like the name of the town sound like that could be like a sexual position?
I know,
or like
dude.
Some kind of sexual, like weird, like donkey punching or something.
Hey, baby, you want to do doggy? We fucking always do doggy. Well, I don't fucking know a lot of positions. I guess we could try the Enumclaw.
Like I feel like that. Could be a
Okay,
thing.
grab the Cheez-Its.
Or it's just one of those claws you need to open the doors in Skyrim.
Oh my god,
I can't figure out the fucking puzzle.
dude!
You just
I
gotta
hate.
turn it
Yeah,
over.
I hated the first time. Like I'm pretty sure I had to have Spence come in my room and show me how to do it.
Are you guys ready for this? I bet none of you knew this true trivia. You know those claw machine games?
Yeah, they're rigged.
The claw actually has a technical term called the Enumclaw.
I know.
Bullshit. Myth busted.
There are two wonderful and amazing things that come out of this wonderful city of Enumclaw. One, of course, being this horse sex case, and the second being that the GOAT, the greatest of all time, was born here. No, I'm not talking about LeBron. I'm not talking about Bernie Kosar. I'm talking about the true GOAT, G-O-A-T, Brian Scalabrine.
Oh, man.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the redhead dude that was on the Celtics who he won a ring, and they call him the White Mamba, and they asked him after he won the championship. Like a reporter's really like, yeah, how does it feel knowing that you won a ring and you didn't even play any minutes in the
Holy
series?
shit.
He's like, in 3 years, you're not going to remember that I didn't play in the series. And then he's like, in 10 years, I'm going to tell my kid I hit the game-winning shot.
Oh, my God. Dude, Brian Scalabrine has a video on YouTube of, like, all these college guys who are, like, talking smack to him on Twitter, and he plays them 1v1, and they don't score a point.
Oh, hell yeah.
He destroys them all. It's hilarious.
People don't realize, like, the worst guy in the NBA is still going to destroy. It's not the WNBA we're talking about. Like, we could beat all them. I'm fucking joking. That's
I
a
couldn't.
super joke. But, like, the worst guy in the NBA would whip everyone's asses.
Hey, so you mentioned WNBA and super joke in one sentence, huh?
So here we are. We are going to start at the end, much like our boy Kenneth Pinyon, starting in the end. It was July 2nd, 2005. And during the early morning of this day, when an anonymous, unknown, random-ass guy, as Andrew would say,
Oh yeah.
arrives at the emergency room of the Enumclaw Community Hospital. But also, much like our boy Kenneth, he did not come alone. That's... Thanks, Tim.
Holy shit.
This unknown man had arrived with an unconscious man bleeding from the butthole. And the unknown man left the unconscious guy in the ER and then quickly bolted out of there faster than a giant horse fucking a tight white butthole.
Oh, my
Dude,
God.
if I had a nickel for every time that's happened to me, man.
Hey, so the guy who got fucked by the horse, his last name was Pinyon?
Yeah.
I thought it was opinion, but he lost his O. O-ring, maybe?
So the dude in the ER that was left there, that's our boy Kenneth. And I don't know why I just put in like, hey, that's me in the ER, bleeding from my asshole. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
Well, here's my story. But no,
It's probably better if I spell it out, because if I just say it, it sounds stupid. But Mr. ED put him in the ER.
Oh, Mr.
that's
Ed.
good.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
I like that. I like it.
So Kenneth, he's in the ER, no pulse, and the hospital staff were unable to revive him. Kenneth would end up dying due to acute peritonitis that resulted from the perforation of the sigmoid colon due to the anal intercourse with the horse.
No. They shortened it up. They just said he ended up dying because of a cute little horse.
Death by Little Sebastian.
Oh, fuck yeah. And everyone
still
is
love him.
confused as shit. Like, who is this guy? Why did that random-ass dude just drop him off and bolt? And how the hell did all this happen? But with Kenneth dead and the other guy gone, they had so many questions, but nobody to ask. Luckily, the police were called, and they were able to look at surveillance video to get the license plate on the vehicle that dropped off dead Kenneth. But
I got a question.
yes.
Did the ER ascertain that it was in fact death by horse fucking?
Well,
or did
his-
they simply know it was anal perforations?
I think they saw his butthole and was like, well, either that or someone drove a fucking tank through it. I don't know for sure, but his butthole had to be huge.
What year did this happen?
2005.
So Shaq, I mean, he was around.
Fuck, did I have a Shaq dick joke in here later?
The first thing they said was, damn, that gape.
Oh my god. They knew he must have got fucked in the ass because they don't have a Chipotle or Taco Bell in their town.
They were just looking at his asshole like, well, that's either an asshole that got fucked by a horse or David Letterman smiling. But I think we skipped over too fast the fact that his friend just dropped off a dead guy that got fucked by a horse and bolted.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but honestly, I wouldn't stay either. No. I wouldn't have even dropped him off. Like, no, fuck that.
Honestly, I would have dropped him off and stayed there, and they're like, I fucked him, we're gay. That way everyone would think I have a giant cock.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Alrighty, so just a warning before we get to this next part, we are going to be talking about the video. Now, I want to point out the site I watched the video on was at deathaddict.com. And one note, although the man in the video is Mr. Hands, there are some debate whether or not that this video is the actual final video. But it could be. We don't know for sure. Because what happened is, when he got fucked by that horse,
yeah,
they recorded every time that this dude got fucked by a horse.
Yeah.
And the police actually did see that video, so I don't know whether or not this is that real video or not. It is posted online as the video, but that would mean his friend would have had to have like uploaded it immediately.
Like afterwards, yeah.
So it could be, who knows. And also at the top of the video, it states in caps, "Bestiality is against our rules." This is for deathaddict.com. This story/video is included due to the death of the man involved and the viral nature of this video in the shock/gore genre. So yeah, as we mentioned, the guy does eventually die by getting fucked by a horse.
All right, you ready for it? Horse fucking video killed the horse fucker star.
Hey, fuck, I don't have the first part, but with my friend and on the farm. That wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be.
Dude, the build up to yours too was awesome.
Fuck, too, that was good.
Right before he turns the camera on, he looks at the horse. He's like, "I think we're alone now."
Oh my God. So this is July of 2005, and Kenneth Pinyon is about to film another one of his sexual animal adventure tapes.
Holy shit! What is Link's horse's name?
Epona, something.
Doesn't kind of look like a Pinyon?
Kind of.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah. So Kenneth, he gets his friend James Tate to give him a hand. And actually, James Tate would be giving the horse a hand if you've seen the video.
Do you have any Sharon jokes, or are we just staying away from those?
Staying away.
Okay, gotcha.
Did, what's Pinyon's first name?
Kenneth.
Did Kenneth get his Tate destroyed?
Well, we'll find out. So Kenneth, James, and one other friend, they all head over to a 40-acre farm.
Where they fuck Winnie the Pooh?
One sec.
Dude, the fucked up thing is those Kenneth and James are two of the first names of his fucking testicles.
I know.
In Anchorman.
The Octagon.
Yeah.
James
James Westfall and Kenneth Noisewater.
So they all head over to a 40-acre farm that I've read was a farm in the area that people online, like in these certain social chat rooms, were familiar with. I guess people that enjoyed fucking animals would all go over to this farm and have sex with them.
No, it sucks now, like, because they have like Snapchat notifications, like where they shows where you're at, and I always like forget to turn that off.
Dude,
so
spoof. We got to spoof the IPs, or they're gonna know I'm on the farm again.
Yeah, people are always like, "Where's he? Oh, they're fucking that horse again."
I lied, told work I was in Paris, but no, I'm on the farm.
I come back, I'm still walking normal because that's not even my whole day.
So here we are.
Damn, you ain't got shit right for a week.
And also, this video is one that would become known as Two Guys, One Horse.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so that's a sweet name. That's pretty cool.
It is.
And in case you can't guess it by the name, it is a shock video that people would send to each other to try to get them all to watch it. And there's also a bunch of reaction videos online of people watching it.
Rather than a video, as you might have thought, of two guys playing a game of basketball.
My dad, all right, Kev, I'm going to show you how to play Game of Horse. Let's watch this video. Hey, well, that ain't it, but we're just going to watch it anyways.
Hey, hand the pillow over.
Yeah.
I see you over there clutching onto it.
Your dad's like, okay, where should I go find videos about playing horse? Oh, I know. I'll go to murderaddict.com or whatever it is.
Got a bookmark right here.
He was okay with leaving, like with watching either one because he starred in both of them.
He had the rights to them.
He was in both. That was he's really
right.
All right, so the actual video, this is what happens. The video starts off with a dude bare ass bent over, and a big giant fucking stallion is right behind him. The man has a friend with him. Like, who the fuck would be friends with this guy? And the friend, I have no idea why. But the friend tries to direct the stallion onto Mr. Hands, and he aims his big giant floppy horse dick into Mr. Hands' asshole.
All right.
And the friend is like picking the horse's leg up to try to bring him over
Holy
onto the dude.
shit, man.
Like, yeah, it's weird, but it's also very brave and just very honorable.
He kicked in the fucking face, man.
Yeah, like at this point, is this guy a good friend or a bad friend?
Depends on how you look at it, man.
And then the horse hops in while the friend is like grabbing the horse dick and aiming it and like sticking it in the dude's ass. And also, a side note, I don't know what's up with the dude's nutsack that's getting fucked. Like, there's a bunch of spikes down the middle of it. Like, it's fucking weird. It's like a mohawk of spikes on his coin purse.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Hey.
a piercing?
Hashtag Wildman.
Hashtag wild, man. Hashtag wild horse.
Or did it just grow that way?
I don't know what. I mean, it's a piercing. But I don't know.
Maybe
what
it's
the
like-
fuck.
Maybe it's like speed bumps, so the horse knows to like avoid that area.
So this big horse dick is trying to get in there, but it's having some trouble. And then finally, thank God, the suspense is over, and he's in. Our boy is in. And this big dick is legit like 2.5 to 3 feet long. It's huge.
Yeah.
Maybe not compared to Shaq's,
Oh, yeah.
but it is
Right.
pretty fucking
Yeah.
big.
Close.
And there's a part where the horse rams it in there so fucking hard and deep that the guy's yell is kind of like the Wilhelm scream for a second. It's not really. I made that up. But the dude is like, it's like that. Like it
Fuck
sounds like
yeah.
a dude who's been like dry heaving and like throwing up nothing for an hour.
Dude, if they could take the horse and Shaq's dick, they must be Freddy Got Fingered's mom. At the end of the movie, she fucks him.
Oh, gotcha.
And I mean, it is kind of funny. Like the video, you're going to laugh, but it's like the sounds of it are so fucking gross. And after about 20 seconds, the horse pulls out, just spraying cum everywhere.
Oh, my God.
And the dude is like, oh God. Like he just ran a mile. And this is the worst part of the whole fucking video.
Yeah.
His fucking nerdy ass friend, clear as day, sees the giant dong spraying jizz all over. And then his friend, he like reaches for it and he goes, Did he come? This fucking
what the hell?
numbskull idiot. Like, did he come? You can clearly see it fucking spraying everywhere. Like, this, if you took this horse, like, out west, it could, on its own, put out the California fires with this amount of jizz.
Wait a minute. Maybe there's a chance that he was talking to the horse about the guy.
Did he come?
That would make more sense.
But it's fucking unreal, dude. It is fucking unreal. And the forums for this video are so fucking good and funny, though. Like, I did mark down a couple of my favorite parts. This one guy is like, what the fuck did I just watch? And the next reply was just the word history.
Oh, yeah.
I also like the one that says, Mr. Hands got a tight ass. That horse nutted in less than a minute.
Oh, my God.
The last comment from that forum I want to mention was, I find myself kind of lucky to be able to show a lot of gore to some of my friends and sister, but this, I don't think they're ready for that kind of weird shit. Even me. I'm kind of disturbed by this one.
Oh, my God.
Kinda. Just kind of.
Now, Kevin, you can't make fun of bestiality too much when me and you have practiced it.
Oh, that is true, yeah.
The donkey story.
Well, I told that story. Well, that's not bestiality. It was just,
We touched his penis with a stick.
yeah, but
That's not really bestiality.
it's not like we got fucked by
Did
it.
it turn you on?
Yeah.
Well, during my job interview, that's why I fucking bragged about to him, so.
What makes you a good team player? Well, me and Kev one time, he had this donkey out back.
Because,
We were real teamsters. That's what
was
they-
he aroused on fucking Chappelle's show? Hey, don't bust that nut yet.
So what happened to Kenneth? Well, we know the end story about him at the hospital dying. Well, besides being awarded the Purple Heart for his bravery, this motherfucker, yes, he does die, but not right away. I mean, he did just take a 3-foot-long horse dick
Yeah.
into his ass.
And
So,
this-
like, I don't know what he thought was going to happen.
He's done this before. Like, this is like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a bunch of times.
wow.
Oh, he got the purple heart,
Yeah.
but the horse got the blue heart one. It's for accomplishing a feat of not having blue balls. Did he come?
What kind of upset me though, the video, if it would have panned just a little bit to the right, we would have been able to see if Mr. Hands was jerking off or not during this time. Like, what do you do? Does he just have a boner flopping around or does he jerk it? I don't know. We'll never know. Anyways, moving on. And also at the end of the video, I think his friend is like, is that too much?
Oh my
Wait,
God.
really?
Dude, I've watched a lot of horse fucking videos. Like a lot. I'll just admit it. And this guy's a fucking pussy, dude. And like, well, how many times was this? Like, was this like his 15th time going at it, or?
Well, we find out later. We'll talk about later how much videos
Okay.
found.
Jesus.
Dude, the one thing I hate about horse fucking videos, I'm looking for them because like. They're like all like a minute long, pretty much, and like you'll start seeing them get slammed in the ass, like, oh fuck yeah, and like, is that a vagina? What is that? And then you'll see its balls, and you're like, ugh, click, exit, next video, load it up. It's just the worst part when you see their balls, dude. But then I know I should probably get off Kevin's Facebook, so.
So I think the weirdest part of the video, like besides the actual horse sex, is right before they fuck, Mr. Hands, he pulls out a cassette tape and a player, and he's like, here, play this song. And it started playing that, as I lay me down to sleep, yes, I pray. No, I made that up. That's not it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I believed you. I was like, oh my God, I'm for this now.
I'm going to make that video.
Yeah, I'm
now.
on board.
What's funny is the countless horse fucking videos I've seen. I don't think I've actually ever seen Mr. Hands.
You've mentioned you watching horse fuck videos. That's the third time mentioning it, just a heads
Yeah,
up.
I believed him from the first time.
I've seen horse fuck videos.
I'm sure,
I know,
yeah.
I'm just letting you know, man. It's getting... All right.
I just can't believe I haven't seen it. It's like,
I
it's
mean, I can pull it up. It's only 30 seconds long. You guys want to see it?
yeah.
No.
What do you get from horse fuck videos? Like, what do you get out of that?
Endurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Knowledge of the future.
So we are currently watching the video now, so that's pretty fun.
What the fuck, man?
So Kenneth, he received some penetration, some brutal penetration, and received a perforated colon because of this. Now here's a quote from verywellhealth.com and what a perforated bowel is. Perforation of the small intestine or the large intestine is a serious and potentially fatal complication of inflammatory bowel disease, IBD. A perforated bowel is a surgical emergency and needs immediate treatment to prevent further complications such as infection or even death. A perforated bowel is a hole in the wall of the intestine which can occur for a variety of reasons. It is not common, but because it is an emergency situation, knowing the signs and symptoms is important, particularly for people who have IBD.
That's just irritable bowel syndrome, right? Basically.
Inflammatory bowel disease.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I have a question. It's like probably too much to ask. We've already seen it once. I don't think everyone wants to see it again. But can you play the video again and then play the Kirk Cousins? You like that? You like that?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Wait, yeah, like the friend was the one saying you like that, or was it Mr. Hands though?
It was his friend was like saying it, but dude, his friend, did he come? You
Yeah.
see the fucking
Yeah, I
all
know.
the
It's like,
jizz
yeah,
flying
he's
out?
just shooting everywhere.
Unless there's like a fuck, like they're filming this on like Gettysburg, and those are just spirits flying around.
Oh my god.
Oh,
What-
so it was Mr. Hands and also an episode of Ghost Adventures.
Oh my god. What if that wasn't the horse's cum, but his friend fucked him before the horse did, and that was his cum?
You know, it is a possibility, but normally they do all the weird shit with each other after this.
Well, this is the
We'll
thing.
mention it
Oh,
later.
wow.
Okay, awesome.
So Kenneth, he says no, he doesn't want to go to the hospital, even though he knows he's fucked up and he's in serious pain. So for a couple of hours, his friends are like, dude, you gotta go, man, you gotta go. But Kenneth refuses. And I've read that the reason he refused to go to the hospital was out of concern for his security clearance at Boeing, because he was a Boeing engineer.
Hashtag Iron Man, hashtag WrestleMania 12.
Hashtag Wildman.
Hashtag, yeah, all those things. Love it.
Apparently, they don't allow horse fuckers to work on airplanes.
And this is then after a few hours where his friend drops him off anonymously and then leaves. And then shortly after that, they find him dead in the emergency room. So that is the story of Mr. Hands. Anything before we go into the aftermath of this?
Yeah, like Timmy's job, he has to have clearance to get into. He has like a badge he has to swipe. So
Yeah.
we should like frame him as like a guy who bangs horses and see if they like get rid of his clearance.
I'm in.
Will you do it for the Patreon?
Yeah. You guys didn't even.
If we cross $1,000 a month, we're gonna frame Timmy as
Yeah.
someone who bangs horses.
Actually, if we cross that, I'll just fucking bang the horses.
How did he earn the name Mr. Hands?
I don't know. I couldn't find it. I do remember reading one reason why, but I don't remember. And what's funny is in the video, in the documentary, I mean, when all the people in the group are talking about him, they're like, I didn't even know his name for like the longest time. We just all called him Mr. Hands.
That's kind of
So
weird.
I don't know if that was just the name he picked on like the forum and stuff. I have no idea.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like Toof, because like nobody really knows why you're called that.
Yeah, that's true, and I'll never tell him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll never tell him how many horses I fucked to get that name.
Shit. So here we go, on to the aftermath.
There's a limited supply of names. You had to fight your way to that name.
So using the video surveillance and matching the license plate number to a person and address, the Popo, they ended up being led to a certain location, that being a farm. And now, very important note here, it's not for sure believed that an actual crime had been committed.
Right.
And we will get into why.
What state this take place in again?
In Washington. Because in the state of Washington at the time, bestiality was not illegal. And the horse was uninjured. And I believe since the horse was fucking the dude and not the other way around, like that was all right. Like I think they said there's only 8 states at the time that bestiality was legal.
So this
was legal in Washington at the time.
This probably sounds stupid. So like, is it just that they didn't have laws wrote up against it, or did they actually have laws that said, no, this is fine?
I think it was just because it's not actual like animal abuse.
Yeah.
Because I think it's because since they were the horse was the one doing the fucking, that somehow that was legal. I don't fully know, but they're like, yeah, we don't know if we should go after this because technically nothing illegal happened.
I would love to have been like a fly on the wall when they discussed that though, because that would have been fucking hilarious.
A fly on the pile of horse shit next to it.
Exactly.
Do you know where they got this horse from?
Yes. So the farm, it is a 39-acre farm, and it belonged to 54-year-old James Michael Tate, his friend. But the farm in the video is not this farm. We'll get to that.
I was going to make a joke that the horse was from Airplane 2.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, he met him on a flight, dude.
I don't think I've seen Airplane 2.
She fucks a horse in it.
Oh, nice.
It's time to break the cycle of waste and mess. Time to stop accepting that the way things have been done are the way they should be done. Control-Alt-Delete everything you thought you knew about how to period. We're flipping the script, we're throwing out the book, we're challenging the period status quo. The Diva Cup is eco-friendly, reusable, and offers up to 12 hours leak-free protection. So what are you waiting for? Join the inner revolution with the Diva Cup. The Diva Cup is used for menstrual flow only. Always read and follow the user guide.
So the police, they show up at James's farm, and they see that there are a lot of animals here, including chickens, goats, and sheep. And immediately the police are like, well, fuck, we got to look into whether or not there's animal cruelty going on here.
Oh, yeah, those animals are getting fucked.
Man.
Because animal cruelty is illegal. So by animal cruelty, they mean they're checking to see if any of these smaller animals were getting fucked and injured because of it. But I will say, in the documentary, there's a woman talking. I don't know if it was Mr. Hands' ex-wife. But they were on the farm, and she's like, yeah, we were out there, and there's a stallion out there. Then this little pony came up and just started giving that stallion a blowjob. It was the weirdest thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So here's a quote from Seattle Times. The farm was talked about in internet chat rooms as a destination for people looking to have sex with the livestock. A significant number of people, we believe, have likely visited this farm. And on this farm, there was a trailer. And in the trailer were a bunch of videos, VHS tapes, and other recordings. Supposedly, there were hundreds of hours of footage of a bunch of dudes that were engaging in bestiality, including our good, sweet boy, Mr. Hands.
I like how it started like the song Bingo there for a second. But
yeah, I wrote that last paragraph.
That was awesome.
In the documentary, there's a dude who's like finding some of the videos. There's like a DVD out in like the weeds, and he's like picking up a broom. He's someone who's trying to get keys through like a jail cell with a broomstick. He's doing that with the DVD, and he like lifts it up. It's so funny.
So like, how do you realize that you want to have sex with an animal? That's what I want to know. Like, who's like, you know what? Yeah, I mean, I can go there and do this. This is where I can go. Like,
the documentary tries to get to show like their point of view, where it's like they're showing like how much they love these animals and how they feel close to them and stuff, and they try to get you to see it from their.
There's no way,
but it's just like
so unless you're Toof, there's no way you're not gonna
they're
understand
getting
it.
Yeah, But it's kind of funny. This one dude's like, they're talking about how they're having like little get-togethers and making these drinks. He's like, man, we got these mixed drinks. You have 6 or 7, knock you on your ass. It's like, all right, cool, man.
Maybe 5 is like, man, I just want to make those horses happy, and I think them fucking me in the ass makes them happy. And the guy's like, you can also just fucking feed them carrots too, right? They like that too.
He's like stunned for his like, what, a fucking can?
Now, as far as punishing the 2 men, obviously Mr. Hands was dead. So here's a quote from the book The Stranger in regards to what was going to happen to James Tate. It was only after Pinyan died, when law enforcement looked for one way to punish his associates, that the legality of bestiality in Washington state became an issue. The prosecutor's office wanted to charge Tate with animal abuse, but the police found no evidence of abused animals on the many videotapes they collected from his home. As there was no law against humanly having sex with one horse, the prosecutors could only charge Tate with trespassing.
Wow, dude.
And we'll get to the trespassing call in a little bit. But yeah, Tate was pretty much the photographer. He was the guy who would film all the shit.
Oh, I thought he got fucked by him too, because I say, what if his punishment is like, you know what, since you like getting fucked by big dicks, and we don't know how to punish you because we think that's the punishment, now you got fucked the littlest dick ever. Let me just get my buddy Andrew on the phone real quick.
They thought about trying to punish Mr. Hands even though he was already dead. But they decided that would just be beating a dead horse.
They tried to get him to be a Walmart greeter. That's not even funny. I just thought I don't know. They just put him out there. And the prosecutor's office says no animal cruelty charges were filed because there is no evidence of injury to the horses. Honestly, that horse is probably king of the fucking farm at this point.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that, like if Animal Farm, the book, but this horse is just. Never mind. I'm not going to get into it. Anyways,
the other animals are like, damn. Usually the humans are the ones riding us, but fucking Seabiscuit is the king over there.
Dude, that motherfucker's got his shit figured out. So Tate, he actually owns one of the farms, but the videos consisted of him and Mr. Hands. Some of them, they were going to some of the neighboring farms and committing these horrible acts there. So even though they have their own 40-acre farm,
they're
going to like neighbors' farms to get fucked by their horses.
The fuck, dude.
Wait, so like other big farms too, like another 40-acre farm and maybe like another 20-acre farm?
I guess.
So like that'd be almost like 100 acres total. God, I'm just trying to make another 100 acres woods joke.
But like we mentioned, Tate, he was just a photographer, and Mr. Hands was the one doing all the horse sex. And there was also one more guy who was present in the video, but he never showed his face, and they never found out who he actually was, so they didn't pursue that.
Thank God, because like I didn't have the money to bail myself out of jail. So
since it wasn't like abuse and it was just them just roughing around, would you could just assume it's just horseplay?
How was that joke not cracked already? Holy shit!
So good.
And according to the King's prosecutor's office, one of the sheriffs or detectives on the case said, typically, men were having sex with a horse on Tate's property. However, on this particular night, it is my understanding that horse wasn't particularly receptive. So that's why they're like, well, someone's got to get fucked by a horse. Let's go to the neighbor's farm then if this son of a bitch ain't going to do it.
Dude, the messed up thing, I mean, like not saying anything against it. Like if you want to take it in your butt, go right ahead. But like no chicks are doing this at all. This is just dudes. This is all dudes.
But one thing about this horse, though, this wasn't just a random horse. This horse was known in like the horse fucking community, I guess, like God. In the chat rooms. They just straight up called him Big Dick.
Had Big Dick killed anyone before?
Oh my God.
I think this was the first that we know of.
I hope the horse's actual name was Richard.
Oh my God.
Little Richard.
Damn, I was about to crack that. I say his brother was a singer.
Dude, you know what else is pretty fucked up? So in one of the videos, like, well, here's a farm, but that's not Tate's farm because those are different buildings.
Yeah.
So the neighbors that own that farm, they actually had to watch the video so that they could look at like the barns and shit in the background to see if that was like indeed their farm and their horse. Imagine the cop being like, yeah, we need you to come down to the station. We got to have you watch a video, and it's that.
Oh, my God.
They make him watch that scene from Signs at the birthday party where the alien walks by.
Oh, my God.
Like, oh, yeah, okay, wrong video.
Vominos children.
So they're less shocked. They tell him, oh, this is a new adaptation of Animal Farm.
So this is from the wiki page. Section 16.52.205 of the Revised Code of Washington. After Pinyon died, Pam Roach, a member of the Washington State Senate and a Republican from Auburn, crafted a bill to ban bestiality in Washington State. Senate Bill 64017, which made bestiality a Class C felony, passed on February 11th, 2006, with 36 state senators voting for it. And there were 36 that voted for it, 0 absent, 0 excused, and then 13 that were just like, they refrained from going on record about the matter. And they're like, it was actually just quite comically how easy this fucking law got passed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a Class C felony now there, which is punishable by up to 5 years behind bars and a $10,000 fine.
Wow.
But we are not done yet, guys. Just 4 years later, James Tate, the photographer, after this all happened, he first moved to Tennessee pretty much immediately. Like afterwards, he's like, well, I'm fucked here and not in a good way by a horse. So
Yeah,
I got to get out of here. So he moves to Tennessee. While in Tennessee, he would get charged with 3 counts of felony animal cruelty, as well as the man that he was living with, Kenny Thomason. And this is the description from the county detective on why he was charged with those. They've been having sex with full-grown horses. He has been here for 4 years, and it looks like it's been going on for some time.
Jesus Christ.
So he just moved away and instantly started fucking horses in Tennessee.
He found another guy with almost the same name. Like, what's it with the Ken and Kenneth's? Like, what the hell's going on there?
And they also own their own farm in Tennessee. They had 13 horses. They also had ponies, goats, and dogs. And the detective said that he believed that people here have been having sex with the ponies and dogs and also the larger horses. So it looks like they're just fucking everything here.
Does this happen more often than I think, or what? How the fuck do you find somebody else that wants to do that?
What's funny?
Chat forums.
Oh, okay.
What's funny is how they figured it out is that someone visited that farm like a week before they arrested him.
Yeah.
And the police were like, yeah, the guy who visited emailed us a photo of a man that was fucking a pony and said it was happening on this farm.
Holy shit.
So it's like they're just doing it out.
Weren't even like
just
hiding it.
Doing it.
That James Tate guy, did you know how he talked up the horses to get them to get an erection? He did some smooth talk. He's like, you're beautiful, baby. My beautiful pony. You're the only 10 I see.
Oh, fuck yeah. And this is kind of funny. I've read in some articles and interviews with like journalists and reporters and people that have gone to the town of Enumclaw and asked about Kenneth Pinyon. And here's a quote from one of them. The town wants to forget all that, said the elderly man I met at the dive bar, and even he had forgotten about the incident. He was completely confused when I first brought it up. I had to jog his memory also, like, you know, the guy who died getting fucked in the ass by a horse. And then he was like, right, yeah, that guy.
Oh my god.
So it's like he asked like everyone there, and they're all like, no, we have no idea what you're talking about.
It's like Freddy Krueger from Freddy vs. Jason.
Mr. Hands is just Freddy Krueger of this town.
We've never heard of that ever.
Make them remember, Jason.
Do you know who Mr. Hands is? No, that doesn't ring a bell at all. You know the guy who got fucked by the horse? I have no idea who you're talking about. The only guy who got fucked by a horse and killed here, and they had to pass a law to prevent that? Oh, yeah, I think I remember that guy.
Yeah, I think I remember Dad.
So now we're going to go on. There was an interview on Vice with the director of the documentary. So there was just a couple questions and answers I wanted to read because they were kind of funny.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah.
How did they get Mr. Ed to talk? Was it they put peanut butter in his gums?
Yeah.
So how did they get old Big Dick to fuck?
Actually, that's the first question we're about to pull up right here. How exactly did they train the horses to fuck them? They would literally bend over and wait for the horse to fuck them. They'd also put some type of scent on themselves, the pheromone people use to get horses to breed. So they would like spray that on their like ass and shit and just bend over and like try to like back into the horse.
I heard like sometimes it'd take a while, so they just play Scrabble. Bent over like that.
Oh my god. So So for the horse to fuck the guy, they just put a picture of Conan O'Brien on his asshole because we all know like big dicks like to fuck pussies.
Just Conan O'Brien. What did he ever do to you, too?
Fuck you, Conan. You know what you did to me.
And I don't know if this is about Mr. Hand specifically. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. But one of the questions is about, because that documentary talked to groups of like zoophiles or whatever they're called, I don't know. And he was asking about him. One of the things he said was, if my memory stands correct, these men were also fucking each other. Like after they got fucked by a horse, they'd play games with each other and their stretched assholes.
Oh.
Hey, Bill, y'all want to play Twister? Right foot, Jimmy's asshole. And one thing they also mentioned is that like they wouldn't just fuck any horse. Like they actually had preferences. Like they were all about, they wanted a horse that was like the strongest and also had like the biggest dick.
Oh,
So it's like they wanted like the biggest, the hardest horse dick
Like,
to fuck them.
So they were pretty much just girls.
like at that point, would you even know if you were taking a shit anymore, or would it just
No,
fucking
dude.
fall out?
Probably just fall out. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if like his entire fucking skeleton just fell out of his asshole. He just has like just a pile of his skin there.
Their assholes are so big and stretched out when they fart, it creates twisters.
It sounds like a fucking boat that's coming into port.
Before the horse cock reaches their asshole, they have to take the bridge and raise it up so the horse can come in.
So I do just have one last thing about this case to mention, and it is just with the director from the documentary, what he has to say about Mr. Hands. And he says, I don't think Mr. Hands was actually a zoophiliac. I think he was just into fetishes. He was into extreme things and hurting his body. We didn't get into this in the film, but he was involved in a motorcycle accident, and he lost a lot of his ability to sense things, and he had bad neural damage. People in the zoophilia community thought that putting the horse cock in his ass was an effort to feel things again. Getting into extreme stuff was a way to regain neural sensation. He was into fisting. He was into big dildos. He was into pushing things sexually and also listening to the Brothers Commonplace.
Oh shit!
So this guy's fucked up.
Yeah, he is. I was waiting for a Joe Dirt 2 joke, but
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Missed
that's where I thought that
golden
was headed.
opportunity.
yeah, it's all right. I mean, this is just as bad.
Yeah. So what all do you guys want to talk about or mention in regards to Mr. Hands in this case? Because that's everything I had on it.
I once watched a documentary similar. The BBC did a series.
Oh.
The BBC, yeah,
Yeah.
the big British company. They did a series called The Dark Side of Porn, and they did an episode on bestiality. And I don't know if it was this story, but it was some other. It might have been more like a Europe case that was similar. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's just there's a lot
Fuck
of these
yeah.
people around,
Oh yeah.
and I guess they would ban the tapes in Britain. Like it was very censored.
Oh, you got a license for that?
The other thing is, you definitely don't want to get fucked by a duck.
Oh yeah, it's like a fucking it's like a corkscrew shape.
Oh, that's a
right?
pig dick.
What?
Or is that the one that hooks you?
So apparently, because the ducks would rape the females so much,
Like female women?
female ducks.
Oh.
Got a little too excited on that one too.
They
Hand me the pillow.
the females evolved to like have a maze pussy, like with multiple chambers inside and shit.
My
Nice.
God.
And
yes.
so the reason the males have this corkscrew penis is to like defeat that and make their way all the way in.
Fuck yeah, dude. They call him the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh my God.
The good news though, each female duck does now have a minotaur inside its pussy.
These fucking. Oh my God. Those duck pussies contain a frozen Jack Nicholson.
Holy shit, dude. I just watched The Shining the other day.
Good.
That's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so good.
I did have a joke. I don't know how to exactly put it, so I might as well do it here.
Yeah, I mean, all I have left is honorary brother and like that shit.
So, like, when you ride a horse or like you're a cowboy, you're supposed to wear chaps.
Yeah.
But it just ended up that Mr. Hand's ass became chapped. Chapstick.
Oh, this. Never mind.
Is it deletable? Because I got one.
No, it's just gonna be about like we did this episode in honor of Mr. Hands, and that's why we did it so close to Veterans Day. But it's not funny. That's not even funny. I have nowhere to go with it.
Is that getting deleted?
Yeah. I heard at the end of Titanic, like when the old lady is about to throw the, what's that called, Tim?
The heart of the ocean?
Yeah, the heart of the ocean. She was about to throw it in the ocean, but she's like, well, I could drop it in Mr. Hands' asshole, but I actually want someone to actually have a chance to find it again. And that's the only reason why Britney Spears is able to make that music video.
Just went down and got it for
Why
her.
does that motherfucker have an astronaut suit on if he went down and got that?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I still like that song.
Oh,
but
that's good.
Yeah.
Did you hear about what happened to Mr. Hands' throat after he had the cold when he got fucked by the horse?
Oh, what happened?
Oh, it was a little horse. Damn it, I fucking ruined it.
It's all right.
So after that whole point about Titanic, what few people know is that even though James Cameron decided to have her throw the heart of the ocean into the ocean at the end, he had considered Kenneth's asshole before, but he'd already made a movie about that, The Abyss.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, how do we not see that coming?
He also came out with a movie that was based on Mr. Hands. It was called Avatar. That's not funny.
And he did one based on Big Dick, just the Terminator.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right, anything else before we jump into the Honorary Brothers? Or there's only one Honorary Brother.
This guy don't shit turds, he shits paragraphs.
What the fuck does that even mean?
So, alrighty, our Honorary Brother of the Week. And if you want to be an Honorary Brother, all you have to do is get on iTunes or Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. And this was the last one that we had on deck. We have one more now because someone left this one this week. So if you want to get a shout out on the show, leave us a 5-star review. It really helps us out. And you'll be getting a shout out probably in 2 weeks.
Does their name start with a D?
No. So here we go. We've mentioned this podcast, the last 2 episodes for different reasons. One for being like just super cool and we played their promo. And then also because they signed up for our Patreon. And now they left us a 5-star review on iTunes. Killer jobs.
Nice.
So awesome podcast.
Hell
I love that guy.
You got it right that time too.
I fucking listen to that dude all the time. I love him.
Hell yeah, what was the last episode?
I don't know. I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah, I listened to it today. What country did it take place in?
Jesus Christ. Some crazy country, dude. It was like Thailand.
It was close, man. Close. All right, cool. So the name of the subject, or the name of the topic was Hilarious. And he says, new favorite comedy, true crime show. Like hanging out with a hilarious group of friends with the bag of references so deep, you will wonder if they ever left the couch.
Holy shit.
Definitely recommend.
By the way, the answer is no. We have not.
No, we don't, dude.
No.
The only time we leave the couch is when we came in here because my computer's in here and we watched that Mr. Hands video.
Yeah, and then sometimes we'll randomly run out of Mr. Pibb. But besides that, we're not fucking going anywhere.
Our references are so deep, the only thing they can find him is Big Dick's dick.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hey, does your asshole have any more room? No, man, it's full.
And now our Patreon shout out. We do have one this week. Jocelyn Allenby. I hope I pronounced that right. So fuck yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jocelyn.
Jocelyn Webster.
I believe that's the name of the chick from A Knight's Tale. Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a cool name. I like it.
So we should call her our foxy lady.
You are Jocelyn Allenby. You are our foxy lady.
Then a fox you shall be.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's such a good movie.
Oh, yeah. So we did have someone on our Patreon send us a message and ask about the storm goat story. All that really happened, I don't really find this story that funny. We got a goat. I mean, it's a different goat, not the goat we got from my uncle that I mentioned in last week's episode.
Yeah.
But we got this goat. And so we put a fence in back there. We put the goat out there, and we spent all day building this fucking house for him. And it wasn't like a great house, but it was shelter. It was like a bunch of plywood and like just shit like that. So we were out there putting this house together, and we set it up for him. And instantly, he starts beating the fuck out of this house with his horns and shit. He's just ramming it all day. Destroys this fucking house. Rips it to shreds. Flips it all the way over so he has no shelter. And then it storms its balls off that night. It rains so hard. And I'm just looking at him through the window. Just looking out at him like, you fucking did this yourself, you piece of shit goat. You fucking deserved it. And that's the whole storm goat story. It's not that good of a story.
That's an awesome story.
That's all right.
Did you let it fuck you?
No, I did. Well, I wouldn't say I let it, but
I'm not gonna lie.
It fucked itself.
Watching goats shit is fucking hilarious.
it is, dude.
Watching
It's like
most things shit is pretty funny.
It's sweet,
Oh, yeah.
dude. All right. Okay.
Dude, I got really silent there for a second.
Because we all thought about Mr. Hands shitting out that dick.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you all for listening to another episode of the Brothers Commonplace. If you'd like to support the podcast, first and foremost, you can check us out on social media. You can share the podcast. Find us on Twitter, Facebook. You can even email us at brotherscommonplace@gmail.com. And if you'd like to support us financially, we have a Patreon page where you can become a regular monthly supporter, and you'll get all kinds of cool swag if you do.
Please give us money, sugar daddy.
You can become our sugar daddy.
Reddit/r/sugar daddy/ Patreon.
That's right. Oh, also, if you leave us a 5-star review, you will become an honorary brother, as long as you don't like fuck horses on the side.
Or especially if you do.
Yeah, you can totally. It's your choice.
Yeah,
Long
that's
as-
true. Actually, we struck down that rule.
yeah.
Yeah.
Long as it's Arizona, you're safe. I think that's the only state left that you can fuck horses in.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's what? How many members of Brothers Commonplace? 5?
5.
Yeah, and we all do it. So
Yeah, that's all right.
5 out of 5.
Well, we sort of do it. Actually, it's just me and Tim. We get into that like 2-person horse costume and let Andrew chase us around the house. So, special thank you to everyone that has already left us an iTunes review. That really helps us out and helps us get on charts. We've never really been on charts. I'm a fan of money. I have a little. I keep it on top of the fridge or whatever he says. But no, unless we're in Hong Kong, Hong Kong's the only charts we're ever on for some reason. So help us get on some charts. Let's spread the word and share this podcast with your friends. And also, I said the website wrong last week.
Wow.
If you want to buy some merchandise, it's thebrotherscommonplace.threadless.com.
Got cool stuff.
Our Patreon is patreon.com/thebrotherscommonplace. And what that is, for $1 or $5 a month, you can support the show. And we will also send you stickers and a thank you note we write. And you will get a shout out in the episode. And you'll also get bonus episodes. Like we got some classic episodes on there and also a couple jingles we did. And then we do a movie review series. We try to do it once a month. We got the first one up for Demon Wind.
Oh, yeah.
Also, we did get a request, and it's a fucking awesome movie. They
What is
want us to do Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Oh, fuck
yeah.
That's a good
So
one.
that'll be a
Dude,
fun one.
I
That'll
thought
be
you were
a
going to
good
say
one.
Drop Dead Fred because I might have said no to that one.
And it's cool. If you support the Patreon, we also do give you unique gifts sometimes. I have promised someone a lock of hair.
Oh.
Pubes?
No,
Oh.
it's just hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like remember that guy who... Never mind, it's going to be a joke about us all jerking off on the DVD of Encino Man. But I was like, Dad, you can't keep asking for this every week.
Wait, where's the joke?
Wait a minute. Do you know who requested that lock of hair?
I didn't.
You don't know.
I was going to give them the lock of hair as a gift.
But do you know who they are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right, I'm into that.
I was talking to her. I was like, we can give you some stickers. I was like,
I
and I can
mailed
give you.
her some.
I can give you a lock of hair too.
Yeah, I already mailed her stickers and a thank you note.
Nice.
She should get some with hair attached to
Oh,
it.
nice.
You gotta be careful who you give your DNA to, or there'll be like a whole bunch of tooth clones.
Fuck yeah,
There-
dude.
There already is.
Yeah, that happened a few years ago. Remember when ISIS got formed?
We go as Antifa now.
All right, Primo.
Especially when you're bringing up ISIS, though, I took care of them as Art Magnum a little while ago with
Dude, okay, I don't know who this is. We have to know who they are. Someone added us on Twitter yesterday,
yeah.
and I went through their feed to see who they were. A week ago, they had Chili Cartel quotes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's got to be someone we know, but I don't know
Dude, that's
who.
awesome. I'm gonna do something a little different though. Usually, I tell you guys to give us some suggestions and stuff like that. I mean, this is still some suggestions, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Andrew hasn't been on the podcast for a while.
Oh, it's been like a week, right?
Yeah, it hasn't been that long, but it's because we have him chained up in the basement. We'll let him go. We're feeding him and stuff. So basically, what do you guys want us to feed him? This isn't even funny. I don't have
talking to us
anything.
or the
No, I was asking them. I have nothing. I didn't even think of anything.
Those are the best kinds, dude.
So what do you want us to feed Andrew while we
let
have
us
him
know.
chained up in the basement?
At this point, it's been so long, you probably think we're joking. That motherfucker might be dead.
Yeah, we don't know.
He might be part of ISIS. We don't know.
I want Andrew on the show so fucking bad the day I'm on because we were supposed to come up with the netting game. So
Oh,
I was
yeah.
I haven't created nothing for it, but you can easily do it on the spot, and I can't fucking wait.
We had a request for Toof and Andrew to do like
Fuck yeah,
like
dude.
their own version of. Speaking of ISIS, Andrew did join it, and they changed the name to Nisus because he's such a good boy. Anyways, that's dumb. That's dumb. All right, Toof, we got some words of wisdom, brother.
Yeah. I know Andrew hasn't been on the podcast, but me and him have been, we've still been trying to spread the word of the Commonplace, the brothers. And it's getting to near late November, right? That's Black Friday. So me and Andrew are like, the store's going to be packed with people. Like, how the fuck can we spread the word of the Commonplace as much as we can? Andrew and me, I don't know what he does in his spare time, but let's just say his asshole would put Mr. Hands to shame because he can store so much shit in there. Like, he can stuff a lot of stuff in there. So we bought 80 4K HD TVs and put them all in his asshole.
Holy shit.
And we went outside Walmart on Black Friday to try and sell these. Andrew's like stomach started hurting because he fucking eats all this weird food and shit. Andrew was complaining about like not selling any of these TVs and he just has them all on his ass, and we just kind of forgot about it and left. And I was like, oh shit, Andrew has 80 HDs.
Dude, nice.
You know, I did get a message from a girl yesterday who's one of our Patreon members, or not yesterday, but last week, and she said one of her favorite parts of the entire show is your words of wisdom, dude.
Fuck yeah.
So
They're good.
God, dude, that's like the
no pressure, dude.
Well, that's like the lowest quality. That's like fucking buying a VHS at Goodwill. That's like that's right where my shit goes.
Dude, remember the one we had the most comments on was the Frosted Shakes one. That one was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And
well,
risky, because that could be bad.
All right, thank you everyone for listening. Be good.
Stay safe.
Laugh the dark stuff.
Hashtag Wildman.
Hashtag Wildman.
Hashtag horse balls.
Oh yeah, horse balls. Fuck yeah, that's old school, dude.
Hashtag meatballs.
Oh,
Hashtag horsecock sandwich.
horse. I went to say hashtag, and I was about to say horse tag.
We should just go with that.
Yeah, hashtag. Did he come?
Hashtag look, ma, no hands.
Oh.
Mr. Hands' asshole has more square footage than Skyrim.
In the phone book, he's under hands, comma, mister.
And I need to rewind myself, looking for the payback, and I listen for the playback. Yeah, say that every man he fucking bleeds just like me. Now I feel like number one, yet I'm last in line, and I watch my
This February, history will be made. Millions will watch as 80 years of unjust stigma is left in the past. A product that drove good people to the black market will be revealed as one that's creating a new global market. This February, what inspired the symbol of counterculture will at long last be seen as just culture. The new normal is coming. Will you be one of the first to see it? Visit medmen.com to watch an exclusive preview.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn, ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn, tell people to stay off the lawn, compare it to your neighbor's lawn, and complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.